tell us who you are and what your role is in this EDUPUNK origin story.
My name is Brian Lamb. I work in British Columbia, Canada at Thompson Rivers University, and I was there the night that EDUPUNK was born.
What happened?
So I was in a bar with another ed tech rock star, Jim Groom, and I happened to be visiting New York City, and Jim was in New York City the same night. So we did what we do. We hit the town because we're rockin' guys, and we're like, that was the day that Blackboard, the learning management system company, had introduced its new blog and wiki tools. And we were like, WTF, dude. We've invented educational blogging. They're taking it from us, and we want it back. And what we realized at that point was we were done playing the corporate game, man. We were going to stick it to the man, and that's exactly what we did.
And who said EDUPUNK?
Who said EDUPUNK? I don't know who said it first. Maybe it was an idea that was already there.
And so what was your plan that night?
The plan originally was we were gonna build the ultimate secret punk explosion website that was gonna rip educational technology up from the foundations, the way the Sex Pistols and the Clash ripped apart prog rock and disco and all of that corporate BS from the 70s, man. Rock was about, punk was about reclaiming the roots of rock and making it, hard and intense and real and visceral again. And that was what we were wanting to do too. That's how the word EDUPUNK came to be.
And it heated a little while, right? I mean, there was a buzz for a while.
For a while, we were the biggest thing in education. We were on the cover of the Chronicle. We were everywhere. People were writing songs about us. They were making movies about us. It was a worldwide, global phenomenon. It was just a wave. It was one of those moments where, where everything comes together and the energy of 1,000 different hard rockin', ninja, hacker, just geniuses comes together into some kind of explosion, and you take over the world. It's a great feeling.
So what happened?
I don't know, like what happens to every, truly revolutionary moment. You have your moment of being and becoming, and then something happens. Some people sell out. Some people burn out. Some people just fall by the side, and then you just take a step back and you go, yeah, that happened. It's over. It'll never be like that again. But man, we changed the world.
I'm gonna have to stop. All right, so that was like 11 years ago, right?
I don't even know, man. What a long, strange trip it's been.
But where it is right now, you're like a manager of a learning management system project here. How did that come to be from the guy who started EDUPUNK?
So what are you saying, man? Are you saying I sold out?
No, it's just kind of...
That's what it sounds like, man.
It's kind of ironic.
There's nothing ironic about it. Let me tell you something. I bring the same extreme edge and radicalitude to my learning management system that we, brought to EDUPUNK back in the day. And let me tell you something. That ain't your daddy's LMS that I'm running, baby.
And even though, if you, Brian Lamb of 2015... could talk to Brian Lamb of 2004, what would that conversation be like?
I think he'd be so blown away for what I've become. I mean, he'd be just saying, dude, we did it. We won. Nice. Let's go play some tunes and rock hard and pop some cold ones and just, punk out all night.
All right. And last question is where do you think EDUPUNK has gone in the world? What's going on out there?
I think it's gone to so many places that you can just kind of feel it oozing up from the cracks every time you walk in an educational institution. That's why education's cheaper than ever, better than ever, more publicly relevant than ever. It's because of EDUPUNK.
You're the monsters! Your whole greedy enterprise. That's a ripoff, man. We're just your information sources.
Do that one again.
Yeah. Okay. You're the monsters. Your whole greedy enterprise. That's a ripoff, man. We're just your information sources.
Kid, where's my script? Alright, punk kid.
Not so many years ago, it was a generation of young people who worked as hard as you are to build the LMS. They worked their tails off to build it, trying to make the web easy to build, trying to make course sites the same for all. But all you do is gripe.
Start this recording, and then...
She comes home and she finds her daughter buying new vanity domain names, forking GitHub blah blah blah.
It's fine. It's hard.
Okay, start over.
Yeah.
She comes home and she finds her daughter building new vanity domain names. Maybe the greatest persuader there is, the internet.
And then we cut, and we go to
Okay.
club scene. There's kids bouncing around.
That's called remixing. You go out there and try that, and you may look utterly foolish.
That's it.
EDUPUNK. You know, I don't know what I can say about it. You know, I guess some people have had some things to say about it. I'm not sure who's really talking about it now. But I can say that when it was happening, when the idea of an alternative to the predominant way of doing ed tech did emerge, it felt good and it felt right. And it was pure in my heart. It was pure in my heart. And what happened after that, I don't know. You know, like anything, it becomes a solution to a problem. It becomes some practical necessity for our culture. You know, it becomes a title of a book, or even subtitle. Didn't make the full status as title. But at the same time, I mean, that's alright, right? It was what it was. It did what it did, if anything. I think the coolest thing about it is it was protean. It morphed. When EDUPUNK as a term became too laden with questions of punk rock and the band and the culture, it could become something else. A series of letters and numbers like DS-106. In some ways, even purer than the idea, because it was a community collaborating. And then, it can become something bigger and even organized. Kind of like an independent record label with Reclaim hosting, right? This idea of reclaiming EDUPUNK, maybe. I don't know. I know one thing, though. You can't sit around and manage an LMS system up in British Columbia and pretend to be an EDUPUNK. I'll tell you that. That, for me, is incongruous. And it's unacceptable, right? You can't be part of a formative movement that changed lives and then pretend to be changing lives by pushing a couple of levers on a system that moves kind of like a crane. At the same time, you know, who am I to say? You know, I played, done what I've done. Hold on. 1 second. Yes. 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 Sorry. You know, everyone's got their own trajectory, right? Mine was leaving the U.S., leaving institutional higher ed, right? I actually had to leave to get that sense of peace of mind, to get the zen that I've been looking for. And I feel pretty zen right now. I feel pretty good. I don't know. People have asked me, you know, EDUPUNK is going to do another tour. I just don't know, right? I don't know. I've got a lot of commitments, you know. And let's face it, you know, without the cult of personality that is Jim Groom, what the hell is EDUPUNK? It's nothing, right? It's just a word. It needs that je ne sais quoi, right? It needs that that certain something, special something, that only a leader, that only a great individual can deliver. I mean, that's the crisis of higher ed right now, the crisis of ed tech. We don't have enough super special individual leaders. Once we have more super special individual thought leaders, I think we'll be in a much better place. And I'm excited about that idea. To have these thought leaders leading us thoughtfully into a potentially thoughtfully led future. Right? It's what we need. That and TED Talks. I think it's really the future. Not to mention textbooks. I mean, kind of like the holy trinity of the future of higher ed and ed tech. Am I excited? I don't know. Excited. You know? Do good shit. Do good shit. That's all that matters. Everything else, licenses, you know, infrastructure, content, I don't know. Just seems like words, right? Language keeps me locked and repeating. Words of wisdom, Floyd. Words of wisdom.